Hello, my name is Jessica Romero, and today I'm going to be talking to you about stress and its effect on the human body, brain, and ways to combat stress. Someone recently told me a metaphor about stress, and I think it's very indicative to what it can do to your body. Say you fill up a water bottle with water. Now, hold it out straight, right in front of you. After a little bit, you might start to get tired, despite there only being a little bit of water in the bottle. And after a few months, you won't be able to feel it. That's what stress does. It's a silent killer. You ignore stress, it'll only get worse. College students tend to do this. They tend to bottle up their stress because there's so much of it in their lives. However, it's very important for college students to realize the effects of stress and to learn how to combat that for themselves. In fact, college students are some of the most affected when it comes to stress in our country. In an interview done by ABC, Dr. Sydney Liu, a psychologist at Birmingham Women's Hospital, described her conducted experiment done on college students dealing with stress. She conducted a survey done with over 67,000 students from 100 different college campuses. And in that, she discovered that 1 in 5 students had thought of suicide. However, only 1 in 10 had acted upon those feelings. What is striking about this is that, statistically, this is 2 times the national average for adults. As college students, it has become increasingly important for us to realize the causes of our stress. Not only that, it's extremely important for us to realize the physical and mental toll stress has on our bodies. Finding the cause of stress can be increasingly difficult. However, it's extremely important, and through surveys, we can see kind of the basis of what people get stressed out about most often. For example, in 2014, a survey was conducted asking Americans from all around the country what were their number 1 stressors. The top 5 for that survey was hearing about government politicians, watching the news, family schedules, commuting, and running errands. However, a survey done in 2017 has a bit of a different top 5. Those are future of our nation, money, work, current political climate, and violence and crime. There are some similarities. One major one is politics. Another one seems to be work, as commuting tends to involve work or going to school. Now, we do have to also note how different these surveys are, and I think it's indicative as what we have to do to find our causes of stress. When you're stressed, it can impair your mental ability in a major way. For one, it disrupts your synapses regulation. This is a part of your brain that is responsible for you wanting to be social. When that happens, you tend to want to avoid people. Stress can also kill some brain cells in your brain. And it can also shorten the part of your brain that deals with memorization. Stress also increases the size of your amygdala, and this is responsible to your brain's reception on stress. The amygdala is also responsible for your emotional processing. This sends distress signals to the hippocampus and causes a fight or flight response. This causes a lot of physical attributes that we now associate with stress, such as increased heart rate, heightened senses, a deeper intake of oxygen, rush of adrenaline, and other things, such as heart disease, high blood pressure, and diabetes. Stress also messes with different systems that the body needs to regulate, such as digestive system and others. I've actually found 8 tips that I agree with that I think are really helpful in helping with stress. In fact, I've used a couple of them. The first tip is identify the source of stress in your life. It's so important to do this. In fact, we talked about it a little bit earlier on in the speech. You need to sit and think about the stress that is in your life. You need to think about the cause, and you need to think about, is this a momentary thing, or is this something that has been happening for a very long time? Once you identify what type of stress it is, you can then work on combating it in the appropriate way. Another tip is to practice the 4 A's of stress management. These are avoid, alter, adapt, and accept. In easier terms, they are learn to say no, avoid people who stress you out, take control of your environment, and shorten your to-do list. Also, a very important tip is to get moving. It is extremely important. In fact, physical activity releases endorphins, which are chemicals that the body makes that are made to make you feel happy. Another tip is to connect with others. This is really important, as isolation is actually a very big cause of stress in a lot of people's lives. Another one is make time for fun and relaxation. This is important as you need balance in your life. Managing your time better is also a tip, as is maintain balance with a healthy lifestyle. I think all of these coincide with each other and are extremely important. You need to have balance. You need to be productive, of course, you need to get work done, but you also need your body to relax and have time to not feel stressed or pressured into anything. The last tip is, in my opinion, the most important one, and that is to learn to relieve stress in the moment. Knowing what type of stress you have is extremely important. But the reason for that is that if it's momentary stress, the best, absolute best thing you can do is let go of it. It's not easy. And as a good friend of mine says, let go, let God. But it's important. And it's something that we should all strive for, because the second that we do, we'll realize that there's so much stress in our life that we didn't need before. I hope these tips have helped you. And I hope that learning about the causes of stress and learning about the effects it has on your body and mind, and hearing these tips, have helped you. I think it's become increasingly important in today's society to learn what stress does, as well as ways for us to fight it. 'Cause I don't know about you, but I don't want to keep this up forever. The second that we start trying to treat ourselves like humans, and the second we start to realize that stress shouldn't be a normal thing, maybe then we'll finally be able to put down our glass and take a drink. My name is Jessica Rumrow. Thank you for listening to me talk, and I hope you have a good day.